Good morning. Before you step into your day, let me ask you something real. What kind of atmosphere is filling your home right now? Is it peace or pressure, unity or tension, calm or chaos? Maybe you've been waking up already feeling worn out, not just physically, but spiritually and emotionally drained. Maybe your home has become a place of silent stress, unspoken arguments, or overwhelming worry. You're not alone in that feeling. Life gets heavy, and the weight often follows us right into our homes. But here's what I want to remind you today. God doesn't just want a weekend visit. He wants to live in your home, to dwell there daily and change the atmosphere completely. When you invite him in, you're not just saying a quick morning prayer. You're making a declaration. This home belongs to God. You're saying that fear, division, and darkness are no longer welcome, and peace, protection, and blessing have full permission to enter. The truth is, you can't have a God-centered home with self-centered living. We often wait for something to go wrong before we think about calling on God. But what if today, right now, you shifted that? What if instead of waiting for the storm, you started your day with God as your foundation? The transformation begins the moment you say, Lord, come in. No matter what your home looks like, whether you live alone, with family, or even in a temporary space that doesn't feel like yours, God can fill it with his presence. He's not waiting for perfection. He's waiting for an invitation. So wherever you are right now, take a deep breath. Let go of the tension, the distractions, and the noise. This is a sacred moment, and it could be the beginning of a whole new atmosphere in your life. Let's invite God into your home, because where he is welcome, peace reigns, love flows, and fear has to go. There's something sacred about a home, something deeper than walls and windows, more meaningful than the furniture or the decor. A home is meant to be a refuge, a safe place where love grows, peace settles, and purpose is nurtured. But too often, that vision gets lost in the noise of everyday life. The truth is, even homes filled with good intentions can feel empty without the presence of God. You may have the nicest kitchen, the coziest bedrooms, or the most organized schedules, but if God isn't at the center, something crucial is missing. We live in a world where the enemy does not politely. He tries to walk right through the door with stress, division, fear, confusion, and chaos. And when God is not actively invited into your home, the spiritual atmosphere can begin to shift in subtle but dangerous ways. We begin to snap more, speak less kindly, drift from prayer, and let distractions creep in until we realize the peace we once had has slowly disappeared. A house doesn't become a home simply because we live in it. It becomes a home when God dwells in it. He doesn't force his way in. He waits for us to welcome him, not just on Sundays, not just in emergencies, but daily. We invite him through our prayers, our conversations, our choices, and our worship. When his presence is welcomed in your home, things begin to change, not always instantly, but steadily. The atmosphere shifts. Arguments turn into understanding. Fear loses its grip. Laughter starts to return. Forgiveness becomes possible. Children sleep more peacefully. Spouses reconnect. Loneliness fades. It doesn't mean life becomes perfect, but it does mean you stop fighting battles alone. God's presence is what turns ordinary moments into holy ones. That's why Scripture says in Joshua 24 verse 15, "As for me and my house, we will serve the Lord." It's not just a Bible verse to frame and hang. It's a bold declaration in a world that is constantly trying to tear families apart. Choosing to invite God into your home means choosing to take back spiritual authority over what happens within your walls. It means you're declaring that your home won't be ruled by fear, resentment, anxiety, or worldly influences, but by the peace, power, and truth of God. Think about the kind of home you want to build. Is it a place where your children can grow in faith? A place where your marriage can be strengthened? A place where your heart can find rest from the pressure outside? That can only happen when God is welcomed as the true head of the household. We can't expect to live in supernatural peace while ignoring the one who gives it. We can't ask for blessing while keeping God at a distance. His presence is not just a comfort. It's a necessity. It's the glue that holds a fragile family together. It's the wisdom that speaks when emotions are high. It's the light that shines when confusion clouds our thinking. Without him, our homes can become just another place of survival. With him, they become places of revival. And if you're thinking, well, my home's already too far gone, I want to tell you right now, that's a lie. There's no place too broken, no family too divided, no heart too cold for God to step into and bring healing. He specializes in restoration, but he will not push his way through a closed door. The invitation must be intentional. It starts when you decide, enough is enough. I want more for my home. More peace, more love, more unity, more joy, more purpose. That's not just wishful thinking. That's what God desires for you too. He designed families to thrive in his presence. He created homes to be places of ministry, growth, and generational blessing. An incredible part? You don't need a perfect family to invite him in. You just need a willing heart. You don't need a spotless living room or a quiet house or a flawless life. You simply need to say, God, come in, be Lord here. That invitation opens the door for miracles to happen. So whether your home is loud or quiet, full or empty, neat or messy, God wants to dwell there. He wants to walk the halls, fill the air with his peace, sit with you at the table, guide your conversations, and breathe life into every corner. If your home has been filled with tension, let today be the turning point. If you've been feeling like you're trying to hold everything together by yourself, let this moment be the one where you finally let go and let God step in. His presence is a difference maker. It's the peace you've been longing for. It's the protection you've been praying for. It's the blessing you've been hoping for. And the best part? He's ready now. Ready to come in, to dwell, to heal, to restore, and to lead. But the invitation starts with you. Will you welcome him today? Will you declare with your life, not just your words, that as for you and your house, you will serve the Lord? That decision could change everything. Not just for you, but for generations to come. Inviting God into your home isn't about a one-time prayer or hanging a cross on the wall. It's about intentionally making space for his presence in your everyday life. It starts in the heart, with a humble recognition that we need him to be more than just a visitor. We need him to be the Lord of our household. When you make the decision to welcome God into your home, you're declaring that your space, every room, every conversation, every relationship within it, belongs to him. This act doesn't require fancy words or a perfect setting. It simply requires sincerity and surrender. Begin by walking through your home and speaking words of blessing over each room. You can pray aloud as you go, asking God to fill each space with his peace, love, and protection. Speak life over your living room, where family gathers. Ask for unity and laughter to dwell there. In the bedrooms, ask God to bring rest, comfort, and sweet dreams. In the kitchen, pray for provision, gratitude, and warmth to fill the atmosphere. In the places where tension has existed, maybe a hallway where arguments have happened or a space that has felt cold or dark, invite God to bring healing, renewal, and joy. As you do this, remember that you're not just going through motions. You are taking spiritual authority over your environment, reclaiming it as a sanctuary for God's glory. You can also invite God into your home through daily habits that reflect his presence. Start your mornings with prayer or a simple Bible verse read aloud in your kitchen or living area. Include your spouse or children if possible, not to force spirituality on them, but to show that God is a real and living part of your home. Play worship music throughout the day, even softly in the background, as a reminder that your space is a place of praise. Be mindful of what you allow through the doors of your home, whether it's media, attitudes, or influences. When you invite God in, some things that used to feel normal might start to feel out of place. That's not a bad thing. It's a spirit helping you make room for what truly matters. If your family has experienced conflict, don't avoid it. Bring it to God together. Sit down, pray as a family, even if it feels awkward at first. Start small. A short prayer before dinner, a moment of gratitude before bed, a verse written on the fridge. These are seeds that grow into a culture where God is welcomed, honored, and loved. If you live alone, know that you are not excluded from this invitation. Your home can be filled with the same warmth of God's presence as any crowded house. Talk to him throughout the day. Thank him for the quiet moments. Let his spirit meet you in the silence and bring joy into your solitude. If you share your home with people who don't believe or don't want to participate, that's okay too. You can still set the tone. You can still pray over your home quietly. Still play worship music in your private space. Still live in a way that invites the Spirit without forcing anything on others. God honors your faithfulness. He moves in response to your prayers, even the ones spoken in whispers. Inviting God into your home also means inviting Him into your decisions. How you spend your time, how you speak to one another, how you resolve conflict, how you handle stress. Make a habit to ask Him, Lord, what would you have me do here? Whether it's in parenting, budgeting, planning the week, or responding to a tough situation, involve Him in the process. He wants to be part of it all. Let your home be a place where grace is spoken more than criticism, where forgiveness is offered more than grudges are held, where faith is modeled more than perfection is demanded. Over time, this intentionality will shift the atmosphere. Struggles may not disappear overnight, but the peace of God will begin to settle into corners of your life, bringing clarity, comfort, and direction. And when others walk into your home, they may not know what's different, but they'll feel it. Something warm, something calm, something unexplainable. That's the presence of God. That's what happens when a home becomes a holy place. You don't need a big house or perfect furniture for this to happen. God isn't looking at square footage. He's looking for open hearts. And when He finds one, He shows up. So today, whether you're just beginning this journey or looking to rekindle something that's grown dim, take a moment and say, Lord, you are welcome here. Invite Him not just into your space, but into your rhythm, your habits, your family moments, and even your mess. He doesn't come in to judge. He comes in to transform. He comes in to protect. He comes in to bless. And once He's there, nothing stays the same. That is the beauty of God's presence. It brings life where there was once emptiness, healing where there was hurt, and peace where there was confusion. Let Him in today, and watch how the atmosphere in your home begins to shift, one quiet prayer at a time,